Welcome to the second part of this Christmas cake bake. Now is the time to put the marzipan and the icing on the cake. I've got some ready to go marzipan, just needs rolling. I've got ready to go icing, just needs rolling as well. I've got some silver spoon icing sugar. First thing I need to do is prepare the cake for the marzipan to stick onto. I'm going to use this to decorate the cake on. I sometimes use it for welding on, like a weld positioning table. Basically it's a 12-inch steel flange fastened onto an old car wheel bearing. First thing I'm going to do is cover this up because I don't want to get me welding position I've covered in icing and jam. I really need to lift the cake up slightly so I can work on it properly. Suppose it will just stand on top of a plate. That one's quite a decent size, it's quite a good fit on the. That's better, that won't slide off. No, I think that's two. Probably that one. I think I'll cover this with silver paper. It's got a lot less chance of plate slipping. Oh, it even looks sort of Christmassy. Right, that on there. Plate on there, cake on there, perfect. Now this needs a coating of some sort of glue to make sure that the marzipan sticks. I've been told to use jam or marmalade. Right, I've got some marmalade here and that's fairly well centred on there. And a decent coat of this. You could use jam, but honestly I like marmalade. So all it's to do is to give the marzipan something to key to. You can see that. Right, we'll put this to one side now and let it soak in a little bit, and we'll prepare the marzipan. I've put some useful paper on the chopping block, or at least on the kitchen block, wherever it is. This is white marzipan. You can also get a yellow coloured marzipan. The instructions are actually on the packet. It says you've got to knead it. That means you play with it and make it go nice and soft and pliable. Yeah, I'm going to put some gloves on. My hands are clean, but I have been at work all day and I do get, it can't be helped, the job I do. It's one thing I found when you if I make bread, my hands are immaculately clean when I'm finished. But the bread's got a sort of a distinctive grey tinge to it. Right, so we need a little bit of this icing sugar. This is just to stop it sticking. It's again a little bit like baking powder, I suppose, when you keep working it, it becomes sort of warmed up, it'll become a lot more flexible. Right, I've had enough of the greaseproof paper, that's just causing problems. Right, I think now's the time to roll it into a flat sheet. Dusting the baking powder. Right, it's time to roll it. What I'm going to roll it with, I've got a bit of nice heavy gauge stainless steel tube here. You could use a wooden rolling pin if you haven't got any decent stainless tube lying about. Doesn't have to be stainless, mild steel would do, but stainless is a lot easier to keep clean. So we're going to need a circle big enough to cover the cake and drop down the sides. Which probably is enough there. I'm not quite sure how thick that is. I would say 120 thou. I don't think it's that critical how thick it is, as long as you've got enough to cover the cake. Right, so that's rolled out quite nicely. It's trying to stick, a bastard. Oh, got it. There's a little hole in there, but it'll not. I don't think it'll matter. Right. So basically, I'll put a little patch on there. We're going to have to cut the sides. One or two little places we'll have to patch it, but I think it'll be all right. Right. So we'll have to make some cuts in here. Once we get it all trimmed down, we can patch these little bits where I've missed. At least it's sticking quite nicely. The normally it's getting quite a nice hold. Right, so I need a little patch in there. I need a patch on the top. But basically, for a mechanic that pisses about, I don't think that's too bad. See how the whole position has come into a tune now. Got a little bit of warm water here. I'm just going to use the warm water and a knife just to help smooth it out, just to join up any little pieces where I've had to put patches in. put a little bit in there. So the warm water's softening it and it is blending in quite nicely. And I think that'll kind of do. It's a little bit like putting car body filler on. You've got to know when to stop pissing about with it. And I think now's the time. Right, I've had a little bit of a clean up and a bit of a regroup. And now we're going to use the icing. This is actually a mixture of, God it's hard, this is actually a mixture of icing sugar, egg whites, and I think they put glycerine in to stop it from being brittle so it doesn't set. It's basically 100% sugar. Looks a bit like a bar of soap. Right, once again it needs kneading because it is really hard. Kneading it makes it soften up quite considerably. Right, that's certainly softened up considerably there. Once again we'll roll it out. Bit more baking powder, I don't want it sticking. Right. I'll try and get a better circle this time. Make a better job of covering the cake because this is actually the bit you see. And that looks pretty good. Right, I'll move things around now in an attempt to icing the cake. Basically, if I find the centre of the icing, which is about there, and then that can go don't stick, you bastard, don't stick. That's not too bad. That's not bad at all. That will be able to stretch that and tease that down. Right, so basically we need to cut into these pleats like that. We can sort of just tuck them in and leave the icing on because it's all edible stuff. Possibly the back of a spoon to help smooth it in. I was actually going to go to the top shed and get some of my moulder's tools, but it's horrible outside. And seeing that, until I got some moulder's tools, I used a spoon for sand moulding for years. That's not bad at all, really, is it, for a first attempt. Once again, it's just that time to say thanks very much for watching, thanks for subscribing, and bon appetit, bonny lad. But I can't really eat any of the cake. I can have a little nibble at some of the marzipan and the icing that's left. I don't think I have any more cooking videos before the new year, so I'd just like to take this opportunity to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a really happy and prosperous New Year. Thanks very much.